Hello. Welcome to EXORIA. Now, this is going to be a fun little playthrough. I have played through this mod pack a couple of times, and in this playthrough I'm going to be sharing some of the things I've learned that have made my life on EXORIA a little bit easier. First thing I'm going to end up doing is just going off camera, running around, grabbing some stones, some flint, some rotten flesh, some torches, stuff like that. When you first start on EXORIA, you do have this lovely little item called a warp stone. You can go back to any structure that you've activated a waypoint at. So, this will just be me running around for a little while, and there's no reason to record that. So, I'll be back in a few minutes. Please. Well, for you, it'll just be a few seconds. Be right back. Well, I thought I'd come back for a second and show I've been around, gathering up some stuff. I've gathered a bunch of rocks, flint, bones, unlit torches. I've got quite a bit. I had to quick take shelter because it started raining and, well, that hurts. But I found a Roots 2 house. Now, unfortunately, a lot of times when you come across these places, the fields are going to be untilled, so everything's just going to be laying there. If you leave it there, it'll despawn. And a lot of this stuff comes in handy later, so I just grabbed what I could. Now, unfortunately, that made my inventory a god-awful mess. But we'll take care of that when we get back to the area, and as soon as this rain is over. So I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Well, you can tell what kind of playthrough this is going to be with the fact that we had a day one rainstorm that was just that nasty, that lasted, well, basically a day and a half in-game time. I sat there just, clearing up my inventory a little bit. Can't do a whole lot just yet. Also, the waystone that I have in my inventory came from over there. That is a fairly, or not that one. Okay, it was a different one. One of the Roots buildings. I found two of them. I believe that might actually be a third one. So, one of them was pretty much completely inside of a lava pool. The only thing I could get from it was the runestone. So, at least I have that. Having an extra one of those is a very good thing, especially when you start traveling to other dimensions, because the portal takes forever, whereas you can just use your warp stone or the waystone itself. Now, I'm going to say right now, to anyone who's going to watch me through multiple episodes here, I am not a builder. And, give me just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Train of thought a little bit gone. Like I was saying, I'm not a builder. I build for function, not really for design. If I was to try and say, hey, I can make things look nice, I'd only be fooling myself and you. I do like to try and throw in a little bit of decoration, try and make things a little bit more pleasing to the eye, but for the most part, I can tell you right now, that's just not really my style. I mean, oh, by the way, yes, and this is a shout out to you, Dadcraft, you can hit K to compress a stack. If you hold Shift and hit K, you compress all of the same type. So, just a little hint for you there. Might come in handy. Now, I need to get some stuff situated. So, now, you see these little flying fairies here? These are the ones that you can take. I don't use these rocks because you can use these to make cobblestone. You have other rocks that you can get that are from Immersive Craft, which I don't think I have any at the moment. Yes I do. They're here. There they are. These are the ones. You can put them down, they look like this. Should be a flashback from SevTech. Now, if you see these little fairies, not these guys, the little fast ones with the long trails, see if you can... Well, if I didn't suck at aiming, it would be helpful. That's why I've gone through like 3 stacks of these rocks. Oh well. Well, if you can hit one... Oh, there you go. Get this. And this is the pixie dust from Britannia. Now, if you check uses on it, for those of you who don't know, you can see that it's used a lot like an ender pearl. But in this case, one particular item is very, very useful. Once you have access to grass, you can bone meal it to get hemp seeds. You can grow your hemp seeds, make string, make wool. Then you can make your open blocks elevators. That is so helpful early game. You'll see. It's great. Right now, I need to get some basalt. So, down to a low point. And, yes. Torches. Now, I did manage to get a lot of torches. All I did was, go around, break the bones, get the unlit torches, made a flint and steel, or fire starter as they call it, and I went ahead and lit one torch and then lit all the rest of them off of it. You can occasionally find basalt at a much higher level, but if you get down to like, I think it's Y level 72 or 73, that's where you run into like solid basalt areas. And it's so much easier, especially once you obtain the Bane of Cobble, because it breaks basalt just like it would cobble. There we go. Now, of course. Yeah, well, we're at 78, but that's still good. Getting this basalt is essential. Of course, if you've played any EXORIA at all, you already know this, because you can't get anywhere without some basalt and ash blocks, because that gives you your first coarse dirt, or loamy dirt, and your first saplings to make trees with. That's where you get your wood, and without that, you can't do anything at all. So, there we go, we've got that. Also, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between day and night on EXORIA, but if you go out at night, you have a chance to see these little blue things on the ground. Is that one? No, that's just water. But you'll see these little glue blowing balls. If you run up and smack one of them, you get a spark. And although at this point in the game they're not useful, they become essential later. So, getting a couple of those sparks early, it's a fairly good idea. Now, with basalt, it's by 2s. With ash blocks, it's by 4s. So, for every 2 pieces of basalt you throw through, you get a piece of loamy dirt. You're going to need a ton of loamy dirt when you first start. And you're going to need a ton of saplings. So, do not pass up bones. At least try not to. Because though you can't do anything with them at the moment, for the most part, there is a reason I grabbed one extra piece of basalt. Put that down right here. You can use the basalt for the chipping. And you're going to need a lot of flaked flint. And I do mean a lot, unfortunately. Now, I know that there are people that will argue up, down, left, right, and sideways about this, but when I first start building, I find that the best thing to do is to make something called wood shakes. Yes, I haven't done anything at all yet on my quest book. I went out first and did the collection. So, I still haven't collected this. When I do, I'll get fertilizer. So, I'm going to head back down real quick and grab some more basalt. The quest book is essential because there's a lot of technologies that you can do that are unlocked in the quest book by commands. So, like normal crafting tables. Yes, they're wonderful. No, you can't access them right from the beginning, even if you know the recipe. You have to unlock the command. So, once it's unlocked, you can make as many of them as you'd like, and I suggest making a few. It saves you running back and forth and around and looking like a chicken with its head cut off. They're relatively cheap, so it's not like it hurts anything. Now, the first little bit of this, it's boring, grindy. It's not exactly interesting, but the first few tips and tricks I have for you are just basically about getting started. So, there we go. A single solitary piece of ash. I do not need that. Okay, there we go. Claim my fertilizer. That's right, I don't have any unlit torches. And I used up all my immersive rocks. So, I'll take care of that shortly. One thing I will warn you about. You'll notice that there's a step up, even though I'm walking across flat ground. Ash is just slightly lower, so if you're walking next to a pool of lava, even if you're not walking on the lava, because of the fact that it's a step down, it will cause you to burn. So be very careful. There we go. Ever since I've played CivTech, I have always disliked chopping blocks. There is no secret there. I will not hide it. I've never liked the mechanic of chopping blocks, but I love the pack, so what can you do? Alright. Oh, I am so sorry. I had a little bit of a sticky throat today. Occasionally, you will get a fruit from one of these trees. Literally, the only thing you can use that for is to eat it. So, anytime you get one of those, just eat it. It helps your hunger. Another thing is, if you happen to find a roots place, grab the aubergines, whatever you want to call them. The little purple fruits. Early game, they're amazing. Thank you, tree. It just wanted to be a complete waste of fertilizer. There we go. Now, the great thing about this is you can use flint, and it does not use your flint up, and you get 6 oak wood shakes per log. So it is an amazing building material for early. And I'll say this: build like you're planning to expand, because you are going to need a lot of room, and it's not going to get any better. You are just going to need so much room. I swear, that's your base is. You're always going to need, hey, you need a little bit more room for this. You need a little bit more room for this. You're going to need inside and outside room. It's going to be one of those things where you are going to be constantly going, oh, where can I put this? Now, I already know if anyone's watching, they're going to say in the comments, but hey, that's not the most effective way to do a tree farm. You know, you should put them 3 apart or 4. Everyone's got their own style. Me, I'm not doing it for the leaves. I'm doing it for the wood. Now, I would plant them right next to each other, but for these particular trees don't like to grow side by side. So, if you want effective growing, you need to leave at least a space. And don't worry about this inventory, it'll be sorted in a minute. Now, there are some early game chests that you can do that are the immersive chests. I recommend making one because it fulfills a quest. After that, I recommend using the shelves, and I will explain and show why in just a minute. As a matter of fact, I still use the shelves after I have access to regular chests. Not because I like the shelves that much, but because in certain places, in certain things, they are convenient, I guess you could say. They have their uses. let's see here. Got one open space there. No, no open space. It was just a lag spike. Okay. Go figure. Now I am gonna need this, so for the moment I'm gonna drop flaked flint. Now you'll notice that I have a tendency to put a lot of crafting tables down. I don't like having to go look for a crafting table. It really drives me nuts. Alright, so I need a work blade first. Which means I do need to get... oh boy. Yeah, there they are. My wooden shears. Let's get at least one tree to grow. Now the wooden shears you can craft, and they're a fairly simple recipe. It's 4 planks on a stick. But you can also find them at any Roots 2 building that you come across. Very useful. Okay, I ended up getting 2. Let's get rid of some of this ash that I picked up. There we go. Now I can pick up the leaves. And this will probably be the last time I do this. Because to me, this is an absolute waste of durability on your hatchet. One, it's inefficient. 2, it wastes durability both on your chopping block and on your hatchet. So now that I have those, I can put that down. I need that flint point that I dropped. There it is. Or flaked flint, yeah. Just to free up a spot in my inventory. Alright, now I should have everything I need, minus some sticks. Yes, sticks. I forget because later on, with the fishing nets, you really don't need to craft sticks. You can pretty much get all of them you need from the fishing nets, from the water strainers. Oh well. All right. Now that I've got my work blade, two flaked flint. I just picked up some ash, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now, you've got to have one space free in your inventory in order to be able to compress things. So, just a hint. There's my saw. Take my planks, take my saw, like that. And we got some slabs. Now, if you click and, or you right click and drag, you can draw on these tables to make the items. Alright, if you hold shift and you right click and drag, you will make, or you will you'll do a spread just like you would in a regular crafting table. Alright, now, shelf. For right now, I'll just pop it right. Nope, not. Obviously not that. That. Pop it right there. These don't have a door, so there's no trapdoor needed. Very simple. And they actually hold one more row of items than the immersive chests do. Very, very useful early game. And I will go through and reorganize this later. Because this will be a mess for now until I actually get, an organization system down on these. But that actually clears up my inventory a little bit. That's helpful. Now, of course, I'm going to end up picking up a lot of ash, but that's okay. Pick up the stones. Now, if you go into your quest book, I still got to get one of those. Let me just see if I can find an immersive rock around here somewhere real quick. These are the regular ones. You need the ones that actually are flat and round. Unfortunately, I threw all mine at fairies trying to get the dust. Bones is where you get the unlit torches from. Very helpful because torches require the twine, so the plant fiber twine, and that gets expensive after a little while. Oof. Natural cobble gem. The green stuff, for those of you who haven't found out yet, it's an acid. It is not water. Although it does react with lava and make a cobblestone generator, it's probably not the cobblestone generator you want. Another one of these. Nice. And by the way, in your game, if you are playing along or playing on your own world, you're a little bit farther ahead or behind, whatever, you'll come across this. This is a ruined one of these. And if you've activated the waystone at another one, this one will look activated. Honestly, if it's a ruined one, I'll just take the waystone. Also, since I have the inventory space at the moment, I'm going to take these because you will need them. The quest Magical Life is not too far in. You need these. You need some of the fairy dust or the other dust that you get from those guys. You need the rune stones, the chiseled rune stones, and you'll need a lot of the different types of plants that you can get from these farms. So finding one of these intact is useful. You're also going to hear that ticking sound a lot because these fairies are idiots. and they love to fly into lava. I don't know why. Their AI is less than well coded. Lovely. Rainstorm after rainstorm. Oh, there it is. That is the most important early game structure. The Botania House. Now, because of the fact that I know that the rain will not kill me, it'll take you to a half a heart, but it will not kill you. I am just going to go ahead and suffer through this and try and make my way down to that house without dying. If I take even a half a tick of fall damage, I'm dead. There's the immersive rock. That completed that quest. Now, this is, like I said, the most important of your early game finds. The Roots one is great, but this one is insanely useful. In here is your conversion wand from Astral Sorcery. Now, those people who haven't played with Astral Sorcery don't really, understand, but anyone who has will understand it. Also, you can get a Horn of the Canopy. Want to talk about quick leaf eating? There you go. You can also get a Horn of the Wild for your crops. I don't use it. I do take the Formation Wand. It's useful, but not necessary. Also, if you want any of the magical flowers, there they are. As many as you could possibly want. Also, if you look at Botania, alright, so under the generating flora, you've got things that actually generate mana. You don't need any. Ever. You have two endless supplies. They are guilty mana pools. They are never empty. You can use as much as you want out of them, and they won't do anything. So, anything that says generating flower, completely worthless. Now, functional flowers, those are amazing for you in this pack, because they give you some great things. Like, for instance, Clayconias. It is a constant source of clay if you have sand. It's great. Hopper Hawks are very good, but all of this requires getting into Botania a little bit more, which won't be doing for a while. There are some great ones. There's also a lot you can do with the mana spreaders to, like the lenses. We on the One Man One Mod series, we did a month and a half of Botania. At least the people from that server will understand that the mana lenses can make things very fun. You can actually kind of cheese your way through some of this stuff really easily, because some of the lenses are easy to craft, some of them are not so. Either way, you're not going to be able to do anything with mana for the most part, because of the fact that you're going to need mana steel. And in this pack, mana steel is not made with iron. It is made with steel. And steel is not something that you can make easily. You're going to have to at least open the first portal to the EXORIA Underground before you even have access to that. So, that kind of stuff, it's a little bit later. Not going to go too much into it. But Botania gets really fun in this pack. I may try and steer away from Britannia, because I did it in my last two ones that I played through on here. In this case, I may, just try and go the tech route, I think. It's something I don't normally do. Once the rain has stopped completely, I will go ahead and gather up the two, or at least one of the most important things you can get from this particular structure, which is sitting right there. The pure white daisies. I'll also take the petal apothecary, because, well, why not? It does come in handy. You can take the mana spreaders, you can take the pylons, you can pretty much rip this building apart and take it with you. You can just take the chests if you want, which I might end up doing, because the chests are, there's not a whole lot in them, and they're a pain in the neck to make. Now my inventory is full. Not gonna need a drum or a drum of the canopy or a drum of the wilds. Not gonna need the mana splitters right now, but I'm also not taking the waypoint. I'm gonna leave it here. That way I can come back. Now, at some point, I will come back and take the altar and a mana spreader, or make the elven mana spreader, because you don't have to throw living wood through the portal in this one. If you let wood sit around the pure white daisy, it'll turn into living wood. And then if you take the living wood and you just leave it there, it'll turn into the dream wood. So you've actually got to be kind of conscious about your daisies, because if you walk away, you're going to come back and it's gone past living wood. So you just got to keep an eye on it. Alright, well, anyway, I will be back when the rain stops. Okay, and I'm back at base. It has stopped raining, some of my trees have grown, and my inventory is still a god-awful mess. But that's okay. I am going to sort that out now. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there that build their bases how they feel comfortable. You know, 1 high, 2 high, 3 high. I prefer my ceilings always to be 4 high. I don't like a cramped base. It's actually really, really annoying to me. There we go. Yes, I know. I can build a shovel. Not yet. Alright. Like these, but for now I'll place them down right here just as storage cleaners. And here you go. Now you can see why I say these actually have less storage than the shelves do. because these have the same 4 wide inventory, but they only get 3 rows. So if you look at the shelf, that's a 4x4. I don't know about you, but for me, 16 sounds better than 12. Especially when it comes to trying to keep at least some of the inventory clean. Which, I'll admit, in this mod pack, early, not likely to happen. It's just the way it goes. Now, I did grab some of this from the Britannia house. It's the flooring. It's metamorphic mountain cobblestone. I like the way it looks when it's smelted, so I'm saving that until I have a little bit of cobblestone going so I can make the first furnace. It doesn't, it's not a cheaty item. It doesn't do anything for you. It's just something that I particularly like. And you can't easily make it early, so. Alright, there we go. A little bit more room in the inventory. Time to get some trees taken care of. Of course, once I have some wood, I'll make some more shelves. And I'll also make a shovel and start digging. Awesome. Did I mention I've never liked these things? Once? Twice maybe? It does get easier later when you have access to iron and diamonds. Diamonds you can get a lot easier than the quest book suggests, mainly because there's a few things in it that... Oh, that was done. Oh no, I still have a couple sticks. Good. There's a few things in the mod pack that allow you to get diamonds, and I will attempt to go through those to make it obvious that a little bit of early game diamonds is pretty easy to get. Alright, let's see here. Now if you click too fast, it does not attempt to flake. So be careful, click slowly, take your time with it. Otherwise, you're just clicking for the sake of clicking. I do need to build the flint axe rather than the hatchet. Yeah. There we go. Now, I'm just going to do a little bit of resource gathering here. After these trees are chopped down, I'm just going to plant some new ones, and then I won't be doing anything else with them for a little bit. I do want to move straight forward into getting dirt and grass, so I will show you how. I'm sure if you've seen anyone else playing this, you realize that that's fairly easy to do. Of course, that is done I get more unlit torches. Ooh, wonderful. And I get some more of those. Oh, wait. That would help to claim. There we go. Drying. Roof. Why is that not completed? Oh. I don't have any lit torches on me. Okay. That's strange. It didn't ever register that I had lit torches. I've only got, like, 3 stacks. Wonderful game. Wonderful. I gotta make another flint hatchet. Oh well, not a problem. Now, I need to grab some of my loamy dirt that I have. And I am going to set right here. Now you can shift right click on loamy dirt to get mud balls. Mud balls are going to be essential to pretty much everything else you want to do. It's not necessary to get a whole lot of them this way because it's easy to get them other ways. But for the moment, I'll use this method and show you basically what the guide's idea of your progression should be. Oh, and you do not need to shift right click with an empty hand. As a matter of fact, if you do, because these only stack to 16, see how I have 12 here? If you do shift right click with an open hand, once it hits 16 in that stack, you'll start throwing them. So I recommend keeping the coarse loamy dirt, that way you automatically replace it and start digging again. Alright, that should be enough. Of course. I'm actually going to need quite a few of those at the moment. I've already got enough planks. Alright. Oh, I am sorry. Oh. Now if you shift and click on that button and then you shift and left click here, you will make as many as you can. So in this case I made 3. I know, not a lot, but you don't need a whole lot of these, but they do come in very handy over time because you can still use these even well after the point where what you're doing now is completely worthless. Once you've got resource automation, you can actually automate the drying basins to dry things like fish. Now, dried fish is probably one of the best foods you can have in the game because even if you are full hunger, you can still eat it for saturation, which is great. It really does allow you to get your health back really fast. So if you get caught out in a rainstorm or something like that, you can just sit there and fill your health real quick. like I said, I make a lot of crafting tables. It's just... it's a habit. I put them everywhere. That way, when I turn around and I need one, hey, there's one there. So it's there. Yeah, that'll work. It's all the light I need to not attract the grue. If you don't know what that is, there is a mob in the game called the grue. Now, the grue is a mob that cannot be in the light, but if you are in complete darkness, it will come for you, and it will kill you very, very quickly. And as far as I know, there is no way to successfully kill the grue. You can try. I don't even think you can kill it with Draconic Evolution weapons, so... good luck. Alright, so that is making the mud balls, or the dry, yeah, that's making the terra clay. We are going to need terra clay to move forward. One that I have outside is going to die soon, so might as well just use this one. Now, also, you can make something here called a wooden hopper. The wooden hopper is slow, but still very useful. First off, we need to make some pins. Let me make a trapdoor. If I can type. Then we need to make a couple of chests. I don't like these, once again, but they have their purpose at the moment. I need a couple of hoppers. The shakes. Where did I put the chests? I am blind as a bat. I must be there. Okay, so. Alright, now. We take something like, for right now I'll just use these. There we go. You can also put a shelf here and just right click whatever you want in there and just keep chopping. Actually works really well. So anybody who is looking to, you know, up their speed of those things and don't like those much, that's the way to do it. let's see. Yes, they want us to make some cob. Cob will definitely be made soon, but not right at this moment. First thing I want to do is use this other hopper to make a strainer. So, if you look at the hopper and you look at uses, you're going to need another chest, 2 sticks, and 4 planks. So, first thing I have to do, that's right, cut down a couple of trees. And the reason I'm rushing toward the strainers is because there is the items that you can get from them, which are the sapphires and the tanzanites, which are needed to make the Bane of Trees, Bane of Cobble, and Bane of Leaves. All 3 of which will make your life so much easier. Might as well finish these. Just need some more flaked flint on me. Saplings are actually not really important. Yes, replanting is important, but you're going to find that the saplings you can get by trading in ash. So, getting ash, it's not difficult. So if you walk away and your leaves start to decay, and you don't grab every sapling, I wouldn't, be too worried about it. Okay, so I need the flint hatchet because it never registered that I had one. And then I need the flint shovel. Yep. That opens up handsaw, chest, cupboard, and shelf. Oh god, I forgot about the cupboard. I will never, ever use that thing. I will go ahead and make one, but it will never get used. That is a horrible, horrible thing. I'm gonna need some half slabs, I know that. And I'm out of wood, so now would be a good time to showcase the usefulness of this. And yes, I kept one out intentionally because of the fact that I know that this thing's going to break soon. And one thing you do have to watch out for is, like, if you upgrade to a metal hopper, occasionally these ones jumping up will fall in. And if you're not really paying attention, you're just clicking, you'll end up making a lot of sticks. So Immersive Craft has the chest, which requires the wooden trapdoor. I'll make two because it didn't register that I had either one. So chest, and then I'm also going to need the cupboard. Oh, that's right, I need the half slabs first. And I'm going to make 14. Having an issue with my fingers today. There we go. Reason being is I'm going to make one cupboard because I have the other trapdoor, and that'll help me finish the quest. And the rest I will make into shelves because they are actually useful. Actually, I don't like them up that high. Alright, so storage time. Put that in there. Put you down there, that way I know where you are and I never have to use you. The chest I'm going to need along with this. I've got the sticks and the planks, so one strainer base. I like to make two to start with, but for right now, that's all the time I have. Tomorrow, I will make sure to delve a little bit more into the more helpful aspects that I haven't yet shown off. For now, peace out.